Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. It is the start of the second half of our doubleheader between the Seneca Sting and the Centennial Colts. And we're going to have the starting lineups be presented right now as we turn things over to the PA announcer, Jack Middleton.
A 5'10" setter from Whitby, number 8, Jalen Harris. A 6'2" left side from Stokeville, number 9, Aiden Kilpatrick. A 6'5" middle from Brown, number 12, Alexei Benkov. And a 5'10" hero from Elton, BC, number 21, Riley Murray. And now, what's starting on for your Centennial Colts? A 6'3" left side from Mexico, number 1, Gianluca Rivera. A 5'10" outside header slashing from Sao Paulo, Colombia, number 4, Pedro Castellano. A 6'2" middle blocker from Scarborough, number 7, Alexandro Sena. A 5'10" setter from Japan, number 8, Michael Matsuno. A 6'2" middle blocker from Toronto, number 10, Pablo Alvarez. A 6' player from Scarborough, number 11, Zachary. And a 6'2" right side from Woodbridge, number 12, Nico Miller. Colts Nation, let's ride.
And as we get set for the start of Centennial versus Seneca Part 2, following the Seneca Sting's victory over the women's volleyball team from Centennial, it's going to be the division-leading 12-2 Centennial Colts. And they have been led all season by their captain, Pedro Castellano, but also one of the most impressive young talents in the OCAA in their first-year setter, Michael Matsuto, who is close to the top in the OCAA in assists per set. Once again, Zachary Friedman, Kira Irison, here on Coltsnet Live. As we're about to get underway, it's going to be Centennial starting with serve. It will be the setter, Matsuto. Along with, to start out there, it's Castellano, the libero Zachary Orad, Pablo Alvarez, Alexandro Sevas takes a seat to begin, but Gianluca Righetto also in the game. Matsuto's serve, a good one, and that is up quickly, and the first kill attempt is dug by Castellano, but the point is going to go to the Sting off a center line violation. That was, I believe, Alvarez underneath the net trying to send that pass backwards. Back to serve first. This is Jalen Arias. And he puts it right into the net, so Centennial will get the point right back. Tied 1-1 early, and it's going to be Gianluca Righetto. Back to serve. Righetto, one of the top 10 in kills per set in the OCAA. Plays very strongly on that left side as he steps to the service line for the first time, and it's taken cleanly by the Sting. That one off the block of Centennial. And so the point goes to Seneca. The last time these two teams faced off was back in early in the 2023 season, when Centennial took the matchup by 3-1 as Orad digs the serve. And that was Moser who had to keep it up after the block as Castellano up for it now. That one tipped up the block, kept up by Peter Ostransky-Ailes. as diving for it was Orad, and that goes underneath the net, and another point goes to the Seneca Sting. And when you look to this Seneca roster, Kira, one name you got to look out for is Ostronsky Ailes.
Yeah, Ostronsky Ailes is a very good aspect and attribute you want to watch out for attacking-wise, as that one goes over there by Ostronsky Ailes. But again, just look at that form and look at his frame. Someone you have to watch out for defensive-wise, too, when he's at the net, Zach.
So after the errant serve, it's Alvarez. And that one set to the far side. That one bounces onto the net and outside the line. So the point goes to Centennial after that tightrope walk by the ball. And back to serve now is Alvarez. As that one a little low, kept up by Josh Pereira. And that one faked by and dug by Matsudo after the attempt by Sebas was blocked, as that one is sent and it just falls in. That was Khaled Bryant, the middle blocker, standing at 6'5". The first year picks up his first kill of the match. Seneca leads 4-3. Castellato takes it cleanly. Matsudo right back for Castellato. And Centennial is going to get the point, as it was just too much for Ostronsky Ailes to get a good pass off to his setter, Arias.
Yeah, at the line doing the serve for us is going to be Moser. Last time he was absent because he was a changed man. Congratulations, Moser. He is now married, so maybe that's why he got the ace right there.
You know, I heard an urban legend that says you play 10 times better once you're married. I lied. It might have been 10 times worse. But that one goes into the net. 5-5 the score. Seneca gets it right back. As that one up, Castellato again off the block. Centennial picks up the point. And Pedro Castellato, known as one of the harder servers on this Centennial team, will try to get some force on this one. He does. A whipping serve that's kept up by Ostronsky Ailes. That one off the block and unable to get to it was Moser. Good job at the net by the Sting. It was Alexei Bankov. Another 6'5" middle blocker. As that serve by Kilpatrick went into the net. Centennial leads 7-6. And now it'll be Alexandros Sebas back to serve. And that was Ostronsky Ailes who had it blocked at the net. Pablo Alvarez, first year mid blocker. As Ostronsky Ailes tries for it again, and Castellato unable to pick up the dig. So the point goes to the Sting, and checking back in is Khaled Bryant. Back to serve is Bankov. Matsudo with the quick, cheeky play. Sends it right into the middle of that Seneca defense to get the point for the Colts. And it will be Matsudo to serve, and that one's up quickly for Bryant. But it was blocked by the Colts and blocked again by the Colts. And that one's dug by Orat, sent back over by Ostransky-Ailes, as that's Rigetto. That one off the forearms of Jason Bernal. And after an incredible defensive rally by Centennial, they're able to get the kill. Matsudo puts it straight into the net. And it goes back on to the Seneca side. Serve taken cleanly by the Colts, as that's Alvarez once again securing the point for Centennial. Quick play avoiding the block of Khaled Bryant. As far side for Pereira, blocked again at the net. As that one set to the back for Rigetto. Towards the net, blocked again by Centennial. That one to the net for Bryant, blocked again. Casalato! But a violation on the Colts. And the point will go to Seneca. As you see on the replay, the net jostles just a bit on the hit by Casalato. And that's a gut-wrenching point to have to give to Seneca. As the serve is dug by Rigetto, and Casalato trying to get it right back. Dug by Bernal. Tipped at the net. Rigetto sets it up for Casalato, and the block falls out. And Pedro Casalato gets the point right back for the Colts. Kira, we're seeing impeccable defense early from Centennial.
Yes, some impeccable defense, impeccable offense, and some good cohesion here tonight from the boys. Something that they have been doing, but something that seems to be a struggle, that was a struggle last game as well, are these service errors, especially later on into the game is when they get close. So we got to make sure that we're trying not to have as much technical errors as possible, but so far so good here, Zach.
And that time it was Moser picking up the point. So now it's 13-10 Centennial, as they'll take serve back. Of course, Centennial missing their star player in Leo Salazar, still out with an ankle injury after injuring it back in December, as that one's tipped over by Bankov, and Casalato using the left. It's kept up by Bernal. And the point is gone eventually by the left side hitter, Aiden Kilpatrick, getting it through the block of the Colts. That one falling to the floor. 13-11, Colts still lead. Casalato, good pass for Matsudo, as Casalato's attack was blocked at the net. And they're going to say no deflection on that. Pedro Casalato not happy about it. Referee's going to give some leeway, no warning quite yet. But Pedro Casalato was a little heated after that play. As Orat gets the serve, and Sevas sends it over. As it's set to the back for Ostransky-Ailes, it's dug by Rigetto. And sending it straight over. But the point's going to go to the Colts. Pedro Casalato almost blew a fuse thinking that it was going against a violation against the Colts. Everyone laughing at him. Had to apologize to the chair ump about 5 times just to make amends. Fourth official on the other side of the court having a good chuckle about it herself. As Casalato serve a good one, but good passing here from the Sting. And once again, it's Kilpatrick picking up the point from that left side. Seneca just trails by 1 now, 14-13. The Colts lead in set number 1. As that serve by Kilpatrick goes out, so he negates that nice attack he just had. It brings the Centennial lead back to 2 as Sevas ends back to the service line. And Sevas gives it right back to Seneca on another service error for the Colts. So now it's going to be Alexei Bankov to serve for Seneca. Good second ball, and Rigetto off the set by Matsudo finishes the point and gives the ball right back to the Colts. Matsudo's serve tips off the top of the net, and Bryant has it blocked at the net, but it falls out. Good play by Moser to get a hand on it, but just doesn't get enough of it for it to fall within the red lines. Back to serve Jalen Arias. As now it's Moser to the floor. Nicholas Moser with quite the powerful strike. 17-15, Centennial leads. As Castellato for Matsudo, now it's Moser again. The power of the wedding band. And a timeout's going to be called by Seneca as they are reeling from 2 straight kills off the hand of Nicholas Moser.
Yeah, Moser is an all-around good attacking player, averaging around 2.38 kills per set, Zach. So again, it may be the wedding band, but it may just be his all-around good talents, because again, good attacking there from the Colts, and the Sting just aren't really able to get a hand on those quick balls. I mean, I wouldn't either. They're flying as bullets. We can't even get it on the monitor here on Colts Net.
Absolutely, Moser, not just one of the most powerful attackers, but also one of the most efficient. He's in the top 15 in the OCAA, sitting at right at 300 on his kill percentage for the season. He's converted on 88 of his 197 attacks. As we come out of the timeout, still the same unit on the floor for the Colts is now it's Rigetto, who is the number 3 player in kill percentage in the OCAA, just behind Leo Salazar and Abdelaziz of Algonquin. As his serve goes into the net. That now the 38th error of the season for Rigetto. As back to serve, this is Ostransky Ailes who puts it into the net himself. So Ostransky Ailes with an error of his own. And now back to serve, Pablo Alvarez. It's a short one, awkward pass, but kept up by Pereira. Dug by Alvarez. Matsudo, good pass for Castellato. That was tipped at the net, says the 4th official, so Centennial picks up the point. They enter the 20s up 4, trying to go up 1-0. Alvarez remains on serve, as this was going to be a quick one, but it's blocked at the net. Alvarez, Matsudo for Moser again. That one dug by Ostransky Ailes, and it's Bryant at the net with the quick strike from the middle.
Yeah, Zach, things were just getting a little quiet there for the Sting. So that's one way to send a message back.
And now it will be Bryant's turn to serve. First ball taken cleanly by Rigetto, and Sebas sends it right back into the teeth of this Seneca defense to pick up the point for the Colts. Moser's serve taken cleanly, and now a quick one at the net. That same quick play, this time instead of Bryant, it's Alexei Bankov. 21-18 the score in set number 1. That one right through the hands of Rigetto. Moser there behind him to cover. As quick second ball once again for Bankov. And Rigetto not ready for that. Got caught on his heels. Point goes to Seneca, who trail only by 2 as we reach the end game of this first set. Every point mattering at this point. That one to the back for Moser. Ostransky Ailes with the dig as that one is not tipped at the net on the attack by Kilpatrick, and it sails past the end line. So the Colts get the ball back, 22-19 the score. Just 3 points away with Pedro Castellato on serve. That one sent high off the ceiling. Point Centennial. And with just 2 points needed by the Colts to claim set number 1, we're going to have a timeout called by Brian Singh, the 5th-year head coach of this group from Seneca.
Yes, Zach, some amazing performances so far from the Colts. You know, despite the lack of major numbers that we've had, especially due to the injury that we've all been missing, Leo Salazar. We know last year he got injured closer to the end of the season there, just before we went on to winter break. So he is still injured heading into the rest of this 2023-2024 season. And it is, in fact, I did hear, he is a senior, so it might be his last year. But again, even though we are missing a head player, the boys are still doing good so far on their win streak. And hopefully we can keep this win streak to a 8-win streak so far.
So Castellato remains on serve. Just 2 points needed by the Colts to take set number 1. Castellato went for a little extra mustard on that one, but it just escapes the court by a hair. So Seneca gets the ball back, and Aiden Kilpatrick is set to serve. And that one taking one of the most awkward hits on the net, as that one looked like it was going to bounce backwards. But the spin on that ball, carrying it forward, it almost stuck to the net like Velcro, and then eventually falls to the ground for the ace.
Yeah, that was an unlucky one there, Zach.
And that one falling in, so back-to-back aces. And just like that, it's a 1-point game, and Coach Clayton Couchman is going to try and cool down the serve of Kilpatrick with a well-timed timeout late in the first set. So as we mentioned, Centennial Colts 12-2 on the season. They are tied for that first spot in the Eastern Conference. However, they're only at number 5 in the provincial rankings. So the real test for this team is going to come playoff time. Should they escape that first round in the cross-division play, they'll have their work cut out for them against some of the top talent in that Western Conference.
Yes, Zach. Well, we do have some new talent on the team. Player of the week and a new player on the team is Philip Jarosi. He had his first OCAA match after only 2 practices with the Colts last week against Durham, where he got 7 points of his own against Durham. So we'll see how he plays against the Sting tonight.
That one almost blocked at the net, but it's dug by Orad as Rigetto. That one goes out. And Seneca has brought it all the way back, and they themselves are now just 2 points away from taking the first set. Rigetto, Matsudo, Rigetto, and that one blocked at the net by Arias. Correction, that was Bankov. And now we're getting a little chippiness as Sevas and Ostransky-Ailes getting into it by the net. As this first set is getting hot, as 5 straight points for the Sting, and they're on the verge of absolutely stealing this first set from the Colts. Cooler heads prevail, and we'll get back to volleyball. And another timeout's going to be called to regroup the Colts here by Clayton Couchman. Wants to make sure that the focus level is at 100% with the Colts at down to set point.
Yeah, Zach, we're trying to make sure things don't get too heated and we just stick to the focus, which is trying to obtain these wins. You know, we had the same kind of cattiness that happened in the girls in the previous game. So we're trying to make sure that these levels are, you know, how we like them, focusing on the game and making sure that the overall atmosphere is to our liking.
So as both teams return to the floor, it's 24-23 for Seneca. They were down 23-19, but Aiden Kilpatrick has gone on a heater with 5 straight points for Seneca, and he will serve for the set as Rigetto takes it cleanly. It's up for Rigetto, soft touch, dug by Orad. Matsudo once again for Rigetto, and gets it to go. And so we enter the win by 2 portion. We'll go to 26, or however long it takes for a team to get that 2-point margin, as now it's going to be Sevas back to serve. And it's long and just outside the back line, so now just 1 point needed for Seneca to take the first set. And that one goes We apologize for that period of technical difficulties, but we return with the second set in progress. It's the Centennial Colts up in set number 2 over the Seneca Sting, 5-4. It's a tightly contested second set as the Seneca Sting tie it up. So now it's 5-5 in set number 2. And back to serve is Josh Pereira once again. Zachary Friedman and Kira Irison on the call as Pereira gets set. Matsudo sets it backwards for Moser off the block of Bankov to grant Centennial the point, and now it will be Moser back to serve. Second ball coming. Kilpatrick tried to get the finish. Dug by Rigetto. And in the back, Ostransky Ailes. Castellato kept up his own block as Rigetto from the back gets it through the dig of Bernal.
That's how you bring the audience ampled up, Zach, here tonight at the Athletic Wellness Center. You know, doing points like that is how you get the synchronism going on within the team.
Serve at the net, awkward ball just sent back over by the Sting. Matsudo set on the other side. Castellato blocked, no one's there to recover on the block. So the point goes to the Sting. And back to serve Kilpatrick. That one well long. So now Centennial with a 8-6 lead in set number 2. Seneca on the season dead at 500, 7-7. It's good for 5th in the conference. As that one was blocked at the net on the attempt by Ostransky Ailes, and he's going to try again, and that one goes long and out the back. So Centennial able to extend their lead. They're up 3. On the pass, Ostransky Ailes off the block. Kept up by Orat, sent to the back for Castellato, who sends a free ball over. And it's going to be quick and blocked at the net. And sending it in the open spot on the floor, Matsudo! With the little how do you do on the quick tip. Timeout Seneca.
Yeah, good sneaky move there by Matsudo. He did the same thing in the first set early on. So great looks there and great analyzing the opposition, making sure whether or not they were ready for that, and they weren't. Colts up by 4. Zach, overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. It's tough because it's power on power today. And more so than anything, it's been, I think you and I have been most impressed with both teams' ability to block at the net. It seems that both teams, anytime anyone goes up for a kill, they're at least getting one set of hands on it, if not 2 even. But I've been impressed with the defense of both teams. But as we exit the timeout, Centennial will try to keep the pace, trying to even up the overall score at 1 set apiece. It's going to be Castellato back to serve along with Alvarez, Rigetto, Matsudo, Orat, and Moser. Rigetto's serve off the top of the net. Kilpatrick able to get it for the second pass as it's in the back for Moser. Dug by Pereira, and he's going to try it from the back. Soft touch, dug by Orat! Ostransky Ailes getting the soft touch through, and unfortunately, that uber athletic play by the libero Orat is going to go to waste as he elevates off the floor to stretch for it. And Bankov is back to serve. Matsudo for Rigetto, and that one couldn't get over the block as the hands of Khalid Bryant bring it right back down. .10-8 the score now. Matsudo, same play for Rigetto. And that's going to be ruled against the Colts, actually, as the attack by Rigetto falls out. And a timeout is going to be called in response by Clayton Couchman.
Yeah, it seems as though the Colts have been doing, I will say, Zach, a really good job on movement and setting. That's a really good job on just setting back if they have that opportunity and making sure that analyzing where their outside hitters are. I realize that on the court they're really utilizing Moser and seeing where he is, and if he isn't in that right spot, then they aren't going to set it to him, and that's what they have to do, understanding your players, understanding your teammates, and that's why I feel like Centennial has over Seneca, and that's why we're kind of getting that edge here in the second set. So hopefully Colts can continue this kind of momentum and keep it up, whereas Sting, they're currently having that edge and energy since it is an away game and it is against someone who is the top of the crop, the Colts. So hopefully, again, we'll see some good plays here.
We saw a similar incident towards the end of the first half when Centennial had a big lead as Bryant sends that one back down for the point, where Centennial had a pretty sizable lead, but eventually they couldn't close it out or get the points. And the Seneca serves were giving them trouble, and now it's tied once again after Centennial was up 10-6 as that one was blocked at the net. And that one hitting the posts. So the point goes to Seneca, and they pick up another point and take the lead. Matsudo sending it to the far side. Rigetto gets it back. They've been looking for that a couple times in a row now. That the third straight time Matsudo's looked for Rigetto on that cross-court pass. That time set perfectly. Rigetto gets the job done, tied 11-11. Off the Alvarez serve. Bryant trying to go hard, but blocked at the net. I believe it was the middle blocker, Alexandro Sevas, getting his hands on that one. And Alvarez will continue to serve. And that one goes straight into the net, so we're back knotted at 12 in set number 2. Back to serve, Jalen Arias. And blocked at the net, Khalid Bryant once again. Bryant looks very impressive for a first-year player. Of course, that 6'5" frame helps him out as Arias almost takes the official's head off with that serve.
Yeah, it looks like the other official's kind of cackling spreading the joke there, but looks like the official kind of waved it off, so she's good.
And thanks to our incredible Centennial media team, we got you that incredible angle of that missed serve. As that one blocked at the net. Sent back to the Seneca side, point for the Colts. It's Ostransky-Ayers who gets it onto that side, and both Sevas and Reghetto were ready for the set, only there was no one there to set it. 14-14 the tie in the second set as Ostransky-Ayers serve. Orat, Matsudo, Moser sends it over and out. So recapturing the lead are the Sting. Trying to go up 2-0. The serve by Ostransky-Ayers goes right into the net. Centennial ties it up once again off the error, and Gianluca Reghetto back to serve. Reghetto, one of the best outside hitters in the OCAA, as Bryant wound up for that one. And now winding up for that one is Pereira. Moser wanted it to, the call to say it hit the antenna, but it did not. It falls to the floor on the Centennial side, and Seneca will retake the lead. And that one way long. The serve misses, and we're starting to go back and forth as once again Centennial has serve, and we're all tied up. And that one also long. And as we ping pong between Seneca's lead and tie games, we are now back to a 17-16 Seneca lead. Kira, I'm going to say this next point goes to Centennial.
You know, I'm hoping so. It's been a lot of back and forth ping pongs, and we haven't had much of a lead this set per se, but you called it there, Zach. I will give it to you. Give me a cracker or a coin per se, because he's a
we gotta go a little trickier. Who's up? It's Moser?
You're calling an ace here?
Nah, I'm going to call the opposite. No, it's taken cleanly. But Pereira off the top of the net, kept up by Orat. And in the back, this is Reghetto. And it's on the side. Going for the kill there was Kilpatrick. Such a good name. I just thought of that. As Reghetto, Matsudo, Moser blocked at the net, kept up by Matsudo. It's up high. It's Castellato. Was that deflected? No, it was not. It rolls off the net and out. Once again, point Seneca. Will Centennial respond? That is long. Point Centennial. Will Seneca get the next point?
It's a game of will they, won't they, here at Coltsnet Live.
18-18 the score. Our analysts dictate the next point goes to Seneca. And it does!
And while it's all jokes and giggles up here, Zach, I don't know. There's so many service errors going on.
Our Centennial weather experts dictate this point is all Centennial, and it is. We continue the back and forth as we hit 19-19.
Wow, what a performance by both teams.
As now our in-depth analytics team tells us that there's now a 65% chance that this point goes to Seneca. And it goes long. And we go right back It's 20-19 for Seneca.
Even the coaches are in just disbelief. Look at the bench on Seneca there.
Let's see if Centennial's able to get it right back, as no rally has gone more than 2 hits. But now it does. Rigetto! It's at the net. Pereira kept up by Moser. Matsudo, Rigetto, and it's out, and it breaks the streak.
Oh no.
And now that forces Coach Clayton Couchman to call a timeout. What did I just see after we had about, 10 back and forth points from 15-15 on?
Yeah, that was some pretty embarrassing gameplay there, Zach. I don't know what to tell you. That was so many service errors from both teams.
I don't know. That was exciting to call. But now it's 21-19. Seneca leads as we bring down the tone once again after that exciting back and forth. As now Centennial's going to look to regroup after that little bit of hilarity, as now they face a tough task. They have a chance to go down 2-0, and this is not what we expected to see out of one of the top groups in the OCAA.
Yes, and I mean, not saying that Seneca isn't a team that Centennial shouldn't look out for and shouldn't strive to do their best and output their best efforts on. But when you're looking at the stats and looking at the standings, Seneca is 5th and Centennial is 2nd. So you'd assume that given Centennial's track record, there would be a little bit more of a difference when it came to gameplay, but not shown here. And another service error, which again seems to be the problem for both teams here tonight, Zach.
Yeah, and once again it was Arias almost hitting the official. So he's really trying to hug that post as it's 21-20 for Seneca. And that one's quick at the net, faked at the net by Bryant, hit by Ostransky-Ailes, but it's blocked successfully by the Colts. Pereira blocked again, kept up by Bryant. Pereira once more, blocked at the net. That looked like it might have hit the net, and they are going to call it. I saw the net shake from up here, and I believe it was Sebas. You'll see the net, just a little bit of a shake. It's the left arm of Sebas that gets the net to jolt. 22-20 now, as Coach Couchman seeking an explanation from the 4th official. As Ostransky-Ailes back for it. Castellato, Matsudo back for Rigetto. And that's going to be a net violation on the Sting, so the point goes to Centennial, who are now down just 1. And that one misplayed by Pereira. And a timeout's going to be called by Seneca as the Colts tie up the game. Once again, we're knotted at 22. Centennial trying to stay out of that 2-0 hole. Trying to tie this one up at 1 set apiece.
Yes, and they're trying to keep that win streak alive. We know that they have a 7-win streak so far, with, again, the last game being this previous Sunday, where they did have a win against Durham Lords. But they did, again, have a challenge where it was the 3rd set, and the Lords did make it 2-1, which made the Colts go into a 4th and final set. And we are seeing that struggle again here, where as a team that isn't known to Centennial as a dominant team and known for something that Centennial isn't easy to put on their easy moves, but not something where they put on their full efforts, we're seeing a downfall in play and a downfall in that rhythm. And unfortunately, that is not something that the Colts men's team are ready for today.
So as we return to action, it's Gianluca Rigetto with the good serve, and at the net, that was Kilpatrick. It was blocked And going up for it again. This time Kilpatrick able to get it done. So Seneca now just 2 points away from going up 2-0 as we have a substitution coming in for Alexei Bankov is Uchenna Enoch. Another middle blocker, second year, 6'4". So you've got Bryant at 6'5". And you've got Enoch as well at 6'4", as that one goes out for the Colts. So set point now for the Sting, who are trying to go up 2-0. Khalid Bryant to serve. Matsudo for Castellato into the net. And that is gonna do it for set number 2, as the Seneca Sting take a stronghold over this one, as they'll now just need one set to finish it off. Centennial gonna have to regroup.
Yeah, things aren't looking too hot here for the Colts. Not usually in this position, especially when they have the home advantage. So hopefully within these next 2.5 minutes, Clayton is able to get the boys really together and kind of analyze this situation and make new strategies, as the current ones currently aren't really breaking the ice against the Sting. So after this, we'll be right back for another set. And the question is, Zach, will the Sting make it a 3-0 win against the Colts? Or will we see some resilience and a little bit of perseverance from the boys to make this a 2-1 and head it to another set?
Well, we'll answer all those questions and more on the other side of this break, just 2 minutes away from set number 3 here at the AWC. Welcome back inside the Athletic Wellness Center here at Centennial College. Once again, Zachary Friedman, Kira Irison on the call. And Kira, every great team has to face adversity at some time in their season. And a big test comes right now for the Centennial Colts, who find themselves down 2-0. As that served by Matsudo just outside the end line. First point of set number 3 goes to the Sting.
Yes, and something that Coach Andrew Mallory said from the women's Centennial College volleyball team said earlier when we were interviewing him just about the game in general. And something that kind of stuck with us is that okay players play good and good players play great. That is something that he said and something that will be proven here in this next set. Who will be the good players and who will be the okay players? And that's going to be the standout as we see who the good players are. Again, nice kill there to make this 2-1.
Off the kill by Rigetto, this is Casalato to serve. Taken cleanly by the Sting, and Ostransky airs. Ostransky airs, correction, airmails the kill attempt. And so the point goes to Centennial. And that one just going out. So off the service error by Casalato, it's 3-2. Centennial leads. And you can see just how the vibes of these two teams differ right now. Everyone on Seneca still standing up. And everyone on Centennial's bench has decided to take a seat as the vibes are looking low on the left end of the floor. It's there for Moser. That one kept up off the block. Pereira's going to go for the kill, and he puts it right into the net. So Centennial makes it 4-3 off of the failed kill by Josh Pereira. It's going to be Sevas back to serve. And that one kept up and set up high. Khalid Bryant once again. And we've seen it more than a couple times tonight, Kira. Khalid Bryant is really able to jump that extra mile to get that extra bit of power on his attacks.
Yeah, he is a player that averages about .377 kill percentage. So again, really strong player when he is up on the attack. But him as well as Kilpatrick and Ostransky Ailes are the three players that have been kind of putting their boot in and sticking to it against the Colts.
That one passed cleanly, Kilpatrick, and that one blocked, and it lands within the court. So Centennial picks up the point, as that was the teamwork of Matsudo and Alvarez to secure it. And Rigetto to serve, that one straight down, and that's going to be an ace for the Colts. 7-4, they lead now. No lead is a safe lead for the Colts, as we've seen them blow multiple 5-point leads throughout the first two sets, so they are going to have to keep the pedal to the metal, as that point's going to go to Seneca, as the block by the Colts just lands out. Back set by Matsudo, and Rigetto's just going to have to play it over. As from the back, Ostransky Ailes gets it done, as that one tips off the Centennial block. And so now Seneca just trails by one. And back to serve Pereira. Matsudo hits that over quickly, and it's sent for Pereira with the push shot! Sent back by Moser. Moser reading it perfectly. able to get it back down on the Seneca side for the point, perfectly timed. And that one sent hard by Enoch. Hasn't gotten many opportunities, but didn't miss on that one. Now Kilpatrick back to serve once again. And that one falls out, so off the service error, Centennial will get the ball right back, and Sevas will come right back in for ORAT. Pablo Alvarez to serve. Taken cleanly. That one blocked at the net. Matsudo over for Castellato. That one blocked, but they're going to say it hits the post. And the point is going to go to Centennial off the post. No, it's going to go to Seneca off the post as we take a look at the replay. The post does move. I'm not sure if a ball or a hand ever hits the post. And now we're going to have a discussion between one of the line judges and the chief referee as she comes down from the podium. And the point is going to be awarded to Centennial as they're going to say it never hit the pole and the ball went out. It's in this broadcaster's opinion that that is the right move and the right decision made by the officials. Good on them to discuss it and come to the right call as Alvarez continues to serve. And I'm sure everyone on Seneca is saying ball don't lie as that one squeaks out. Point Seneca. And it's now 10-9. Or 10-8 correction. And that one's sent into the net. So 11-8 the score. And it's Matsudo to serve. And Bryant dug by Moser. Matsudo, Castellato, blocked to the floor. And it's Khalid Bryant once again. Khalid Bryant putting on a defensive clinic today. And that one goes short. ORAT keeps it up. Moser way up high was Rigetto, but he was never able to get it over top the net. It falls to the floor, and Seneca is 1 point from tying it. Bryant almost averaging a block per set on the season with a very good kill rate of 377 as off the strike by Centennial. It was Rigetto once again, and Jason Bernal not able to get a good enough pass on that. The point goes to the Colts. And it's there for Ostransky Ailes, and that one sent over, and now once again it's Rigetto on the touch. And we're going to have a stoppage, and we're going to have a deliberation. And the point is going to go to the Colts. Not sure if it went outside of the poles. But the point does go to the Sting, and they now trail once again by a point. as they are going to say that it hit the pole, as you can see from the swinging action by the line judge, as Ostransky Ailes serve gets in. Matsudo tries to get a pass for Moser, and the point goes to the Colts. It's up and sent long. That time it was Aiden Kilpatrick. But that one just fell out the back line. Centennial now leads 14-11, trying to pick up their first set of the match. As that one set backwards for Pereira, blocked but out.
I was going to say, Zach, the Colts have been doing a good job on keeping this lead to a 2-point lead minimum. We haven't seen anywhere where the Sting has been a point below or tied it up, so that's been a good thing so far for the Colts.
Rigetto sends it over. Set from Ostransky Ailes for Pereira. That one blocked but sent straight to the ground. The point goes to the Sting, who trail by one once again, but every time the Colts have gotten into this situation in the third set, they've been able to pick up the point and recapture that 2-point lead. It's Khalid Bryant to remain on serve. Rigetto puts it up. Matsudo sets it across for Moser. Off the tip, it's Bryant. And that one tipped at the net. So the Sting able to tie it. And they'll start to go to work trying to build a lead and to build what might be a third and victorious set, as a timeout's going to be called by Clayton Couchman, as this is the first time we've been tied in a while. Just going to try and settle the group.
Yes, and when you're with a team that usually is on a winning streak like the Colts, you're not used to being in these losing type situations. And that's where, Zach, you really have to dig deep and see which players are the players that are going to dig deep and which players are going to be the ones that just have the day and, you know, walk on the court and go through the movements. And this is where we have to see those players shine out. And hopefully Couchman is able to just bring the boys in and say, hey, you know, we have played teams like Seneca before, and we can have bad days, but are we able to, you know, come back from these bad days? And hopefully the boys are able to, you know, kind of make this gap a little bigger so we can go into a next set, or will the Sting close this out in a 3-set win?
So we come out of the timeout, tied at 14. Seneca trying to get a clean sweep over the Colts as Bryant continues to serve. Matsudo gets it up for Rigetto, and that one blocked at the net. And the point goes to the Sting, who have their first lead in quite some time. The crowd trying to get their hometown Colts back into it. As Bryant serves, sails long. Good call by Rigetto for Orat not to go for that one, as it's tied once again with Rigetto to serve. That one a little long, but it was kept on the Seneca side, but it was sent back as Moser going for it and finds the open space in the back of the court. Ostransky Ailes not able to get an arm on that one. So Centennial takes the lead once more. Rigetto serve, a good one, but it's cleanly passed and blocked at the net. Nicholas Moser going up high to send it right back to the Seneca side. And a timeout's taken by the Sting.
Yes, and we can see there just by that little play, we got the bench up. So hopefully we'll see them standing like the Sting, because that's what's bringing the boys back, the energy and the level of intensity that we bring to the table. We can see even the audience trying to get the boys a little hyped up, like you were saying earlier, Zach. But what do you think the men's team has to do in order to either A, stay ahead and close out this set, and B, maybe even win this entire game in general and continue these sets on?
Am I allowed to oversimplify?
Yes.
Get points. Stop them from getting points. They've been doing a really good job, like, in all seriousness, on defense. That's where they've thrived. There's been a lot of blocks. Now, Seneca's done an incredible job to respond from said blocks. I mean, if they're going to pick it up and have a chance to win, it's really on the attack. They're going to have to devise some better strategies, because Seneca's been able to get a hand up on just about anything the Colts have been trying to do, as Pereira has that one blocked, and that's going to be called in. It looked out from here. I'm not too sure as to that one, as we'll take a look at our replay as Moser blocks, and that's well out of the lines. So the Colts getting the benefit of the call. 3-point lead now, as that one was sent back down by Moser, but it was kept up, and that one was trying to be swapped back, kept up again. It has to be sent back. Castellato with it up. Matsudo back for Rigetto. Kept up by the Sting. Moser blocked at the net by Enoch. Moser again hits the net. 4 hits, and point goes to the Sting, so they get it back after the missed call. And back to serve, Josh Pereira. Matsudo once again for Rigetto, off the top of the net, and falls in to the middle of the Sting defense. Colts now lead 19-16, trying to take their first set. As Moser mishits the serve and throws it into the net. Point goes back to the Sting, who are down 2. Matsudo. And trying to throw it down was Pablo Alvarez. But instead, he put it right into the net. And Kilpatrick back to serve. Castellato takes it cleanly, now going to go for the kill. That's blocked at the net. Long run for Rigetto. Orad has to send it over. And that's there. Ostransky Ailes. And that one going underneath the net. And so we're tied once again, as Pedro Castellato looking a little uncomfortable. And a timeout's going to be called for Clayton Couchman, as Castellato got up okay, but it looks like he got his leg tangled a little bit in the post of the net. But now with it tied up, Kira, Centennial might be starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, Zach, I see a little bit of a pattern here so far this game. And it's usually every time after this exact timeout near the end of the set, it's where Sting is actually able to come and close that out. So I don't know what, Coach Sting is kind of saying to the boys on the Sting bench, but whatever he's saying, it's working. So hopefully we don't see that exact same pattern. The Colts have been doing a really good job on just trying to keep that differential, so making sure that coming back to this set, we come back stronger and harder, or we might lose 3-0, and that's something that isn't really in the books for Couchman today.
So we exit the timeout, 19-19, with Seneca up 2-0, trying to close it out. Aiden Kilpatrick to serve. Castellato sends it long, no tip at the net. Point for the Sting, who are now up by 1, 20-19 the score. Kilpatrick tried to put a little extra on it. That one just missing the top of the net. And off the air, it'll be Centennial serve with the game tied at 20. And that one is ruled out. It was very close, as we won't get the best view from this angle. However, it looked like it might have nipped a piece of that back line. As now Seneca with a 21-20 lead. Castellato going for it, blocked at the net. Kept up by Sevis. Castellato again off the block. And the coach hitting the ball out of play. He honestly stopped the attempted dig by Kilpatrick. He might have got into this ball. It would have been close. I don't think he would have been able to get there, but you have to wonder why Coach Brian Singh was so close, as Khalid Bryant, or correction, Kilpatrick on the kill.
Fits the name, don't you think?
It really does. As Eris has that one go out on the attack attempt by Nicholas Moser. And now just 2 points away are the Sting. 23-21, set number 3.
Yeah, and they were trailing 2 points behind this entire set, Zach. Now 2 points ahead and 2 to gain.
That one dug nicely by Orat, and a free ball's coming over. Bernal. Arias off the block! Centennial stands strong, trying to stay alive. Sevis once again, the mid-blocker.
Somebody play the Bee Gees. Somebody play the Bee Gees. We got to get the boys going.
Castellato's serve, taken cleanly. That one blocked out by Moser. And it's match point for the Sting. And it'll be their star, Peter Ostransky-Ailes, the third year. Plays that right side strong. Serving for the match. Into the net! And so now it gets a little more intense, as we've got a substitution coming in for Sevis. For Centennial, for the serve, it's going to be Mark Esguerra. And this is a lot to ask for on someone on their first serve of the game. He does get it over. And it's on the other side for Pereira, dug by Castellato. Matsudo, Moser blocked. Kept up by Esguerra. Matsudo, Moser blocked. Seneca wins. Centennial is astounded at what just happened, as the 7-7 Seneca Sting walk into the Athletic and Wellness Center and pick up a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, Pedro Castellano didn't have the best reaction there after the game point. Not too happy, was kind of arguing with the officials the entire game when it came to calls. when it came to anything in particular, really. So it wasn't our luckiest game here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. It almost felt as though we didn't do the simplest things as simple as we needed to. Kind of made it too complicated on ourselves, which is why the Sting were able to have that win over us. They were just able to come and do what they normally do, which unfortunately the Centennial Colts that we saw tonight on the court isn't really what usually displays.
So the Colts fall to 12-3 on the season. They fall out of first place in the OCAA Eastern Conference, and they've got just 3 games left on the regular season. They head on the road. They'll be taking on George Brown this coming Saturday, and next week they'll be heading to Loyalist. But they have 1 home game remaining on the schedule, and that will be on Coltsnet Live when they take on Canadore College right here from the Athletic and Wellness Center. But the Colts, both men and women's team, losing to the Seneca Sting tonight in a disappointing showing for the Colts, but they will look to respond Saturday at George Brown. That will also be on OCAA Live. But for our producer, Leo Solorsano and Kira Ireson, I'm Zach Friedman. And for the rest of our Centennial Media crew, have a great rest of your night. Thank you for listening. Our next edition of Coltsnet Live comes this Saturday with basketball action.